Yeah, my name is Chris Ferguson. I'm gonna sit here and rant for a minute about this thing I saw on the news. Came on yesterday, and this truck, you know, everyday normal truck guy working a 9 to 5, trying to make ends meet, feed the family. He's driving his truck down Route 94, mind you, and somehow he gets in an accident. Truck knocks over. Now I'll give you guys like maybe 5-10 seconds to guess what was inside of the truck if you didn't see the story already. All right, maybe 10 seconds, maybe a little shorter. I don't know. Maybe rant is gonna take us some seconds. No, it wasn't mayonnaise. Wasn't preserves. Wasn't even hose. It's 2 million bees in this fucking semi truck.
Excuse me.
2 million bees. One, who harvested them? If you naturally just had them born, you had a queen and some eggs. How long would it take for you to make 2 million bees? If you stole them from the nature, I'm pretty sure you upset the ecosystem somehow. Somehow, 2 million bees is a lot. That's like just offing 2 million people just instantly. But the bees didn't die. No, they turned tail to the driver of the truck, their slave master, and they stung this nigga 52 times. 52 times. Hold on, I'm gonna look something up real quick, because I think after you get stung 30 times, it's really supposed to be like you start having problems. You start feeling numbness. So I'm gonna just Google this. And while I'm Googling, I'll just talk about this a little bit more. What were you doing with 2 million bees on a semi truck? Where were you taking them? Were you performing genetic experiments on them? Were they going to be war bees to replace the drones? You know the drones that the army has. Hey, I mean, what? Were you coordinating or striking like China or something like that in South Korea or North Korea? I don't get it. I don't get it. Hold on, because I can't think and type at the same time. Or talk and think at the same time. Right here. How many bee stings are lethal? Let's see what this is. I mean, what? He had to be just... Wow. Okay. Oh, wow. 158-pound individual would have to receive 1,500 stings. It was 2 million bees on the truck. What? Claude, do the math. Like, multiply. Oh, man. This is 52 times. And then people who was driving past, they were getting stung. So, just innocent bystanders being attacked. I don't know what kind of bees they were. I don't know if they were honey bees or bumblebees or carpenter. Well, they couldn't have been carpenter bees because they stung people. It's outrageous. Number 2. It's a silly movie I just watched. Y'all, some of y'all, I guess, seen Jack Reacher. It was a pretty good movie. Tom Cruise doing his thing. I mean, that was another Mission Impossible for me. But watched this movie called Jack Ryan, and at first I had a suspicion that it might have been Born Identity, the Bourne thing. I thought it was just gonna knock that off, but no. And it had Kevin Costner in there, so he might have had something to do with that movie being terrible. So I started watching the movie. He was in college. He was going to get his PhD. I guess he got his master's already because, of course, movie characters, they just have question marks for their stats. You just insert numbers. It's just a box. So he's going to school, And I seen him look out a window, and like next scene, he's in a military chopper. I believe in patriotic duty and all that stuff. But if I went to school, I wouldn't have went back and joined the military. I was in the military, but I have a master's in whatever, which you don't know, and you don't know what he learned in the Marines. But he has a master's in it, whatever it is, so he's pretty good. But he quit all that. He quit all that to join the Marines, and he was a lieutenant. So, so it's turned into like the textbook army movie scene when the guys are having a conversation, and right before you know the suspenseful thing's gonna happen, the truck's gonna blow up or whatever, or well, they're in a helicopter or in a truck. But they're in a helicopter and they got this newbie in there, and he can't even buckle in his harness. First of all, I thought you're supposed to be strapped in when you got before it took off. This guy strapping himself in while they're flying over a mountain, and his surface to air missile just comes out of nowhere, destroys the helicopter. Now this is where this is the goal right here. This guy damaged, I think they said 2 or 3 of his vertebrae in his spine. In his spine. When they got into the hospital, he couldn't feel his legs, couldn't walk. Not off the back. He dragged the 2 buddies. The one guy that was black, because you gotta have a black in the movie. That's affirmative action for you. And he had a little nerdy newbie type, whatever, new guy on the squad. He dragged both of them out the helicopter crash. Yeah, I said they were in the mountains, so I don't know how you survived one. But you dragged your 2 friends out. I guess the pilots were dead. And then your legs gave out on you? Or you just have outrageous upper body strength? I want to talk about that later, too. Bad superpowers. Anyway, back to this Jack Ryan movie. Okay, so he's in rehab. I guess he's in Veterans Hospital or something like that. Some hospital. Oh my gosh, these people is about to come in. I'm going to talk about them, but I'll wait till they get in the house. So he's in rehab hospital. He's learning to get his legs going. Working them right, walking, and I mean, of course, there's a sexy rehab doctor that happens to be doing her insurance shit in his hospital, in his ward. Of course, she's a 9 or 10. It's Elizabeth from Pirates of the Caribbean. Just to spoil it too. So he's getting a rehab with the legs and everything. He's learning how to walk, and lo and behold, Kevin fucking Costner from The Last Samurai. Oh no, I'm sorry, Postman. I'm mixing up 2 bad movies. Forgive me. Waterworld, Kevin Costner. Oh. Remember Man of Steel? The dad that could have been saved by a Clark that had powers, but he told him to stay there, and he got swept up in the tornado. That's a Man of Steel spoiler. Yeah, that terrible fucking actor. Excuse my French. He comes inside the ward, and he comes in with, a uniform, a military uniform. So you think he's in the military. But you would be wrong, just like I was. This guy, I don't know if he worked for the FBI. I still don't know his position. The CIA, the NSA. He wasn't KGB because they were fighting against the Russians. So, Town Costner comes in, starts asking him questions. He offers the Jack Ryan guy, who's just miniature Jack Reacher. He offers him a job, a desk job at whatever agency he works for. Okay? So then he lies to him and tells him he has to go to Russia to audit their books. They've been siphoning money, stealing assets. I don't know what assets are, so I'm going to put them in quotations because Russia got them back online over a connection. So I'm guessing those money. Why would you call it assets? Whatever. And then two, where did you have your money at in America? It was quite terrible. It was quite terrible. It drained my life force. Tom owes me for that freaking movie. Okay, so he offers them a desk job. He sends them over to this country, and there's this bodyguard he has. This black guy. Forgot what movie he's in, but he's an actor. He's been in a couple movies. Big black, stereotypical, and he has a suit on. Guy Jack Ryan gets off the airplane. He meets him there, and at the airport, they offer him a gun. Now, I want to be in that country. They give you a gun as soon as you get off the airplane. So you get off the airplane, go back to the hotel room. Black guy, he's the enemy. Text Jack Reacher, tries to shoot him, of course. In the movie, henchmen have zero accuracy. They can wing you and nip you, but they can't kill you. That's their power. That's their disadvantage. This guy's missing Jack Reacher and Jack Ryan. He's suspended over the shower on the ceiling. I guess it was enough space, tall enough for him, where he could just lay horizontal. Y'all did it before when y'all was young over the doorway. He climbed up it. So he's doing this. And the black guy shot blindly into the shower curtain and didn't hear a thud or a thump because you're in a bathtub. You're going to hear that shit. Opens the shower curtain. And Jack Ryan suspended in the air, swings down, drop kicks him. They're just fighting. So black guy hits his head twice, still ain't going down. He's just like a mad bull. They're just fighting. Jack Reacher gets his gun away from him and pulls the trigger. The gun clicks. Right? So somehow Jack Ryan knocks the guy in the tub. Gets him in this arm lock and is holding the guy's head underwater. It drowns him. The guy bumps his head on the knob that turns the water on. Coincidentally, he's main character. So it turns the water on, so Jack Ryan doesn't have to turn it on. All he has to do is hold the guy. So this guy like baby Chuck Norris too. Holds him underwater. Black guy drowns. Jack Ryan sees the guy drown. But he jumps back. Picks up the gun that was empty that he threw at the black guy. What did you think that was going to do if there were no bullets in there? And he was dead. You knew he was dead because you released the hole. So somehow he gets in contact with his agency. And they're talking all spy, Jason Bourne stuff. He said that somebody got killed in his room and tried to kill him. And the lady's just giving him like real vague commands like proceed to Gamma location and everything. And he's like, what's Gamma location? And she's like, you're breaking protocol. He's like, what? He only worked 3 weeks. So I'm just going to tell you. Kevin Costner hired this Marine that had an exemplary record, even though Kevin Costner knew he dropped out of college. And I forgot the reason why he dropped out of college, but it shouldn't have been no damn Marine. He should have been working for NASA. PhD, come on. So he does that. He sends the guy in Moscow after and this was an attack on the nation. Like America was going to be crippled by what they were doing. So it was a pretty big plan. And you take a guy, not 10 years trained, not your best, like Jack Bauer. 24 is coming on. Watch it Mondays at 9. You don't get Jack Bauer. You get Jack Ryan because Jack Bauer probably was on vacation. So, or I don't know. Maybe the CIA and FBI and them, maybe they just have all Jacks, and they're like some kind of time continuum thing. They're a legendary character. They exist in all time periods and in all dimensions. They just have a different last name. I don't know. But this Jack, 3 weeks on the job was skilled enough to disable this terrorist unit from Russia that had a plan that was going to cripple America. And also rescue his girlfriend and decipher some shit. He was looking at the computer, and all of a sudden he said, "Oh my god!" So Kevin Costner got the flash drive, looked at it, and he said it'll be months for them to decipher the code or the information. He just knew it. Like, what? Please. You know our brain was a supercomputer. So, yeah. Kevin Costner obviously has the ability to pick out Winter Soldiers. These broken people just, I don't know. The movie was terrible. And then at the ending, I'm going to just skip to the ending because probably going to just say a rant for another 10 minutes. And in the movie, Jack Ryan beats up the bad guy, not the main bad guy, the guy who's driving the truck that's going to, detonate this bomb and it's going to cripple America somehow. So that happens. He knocks the guy in the water. Now, the guy drives the van in this way. So the front of my fingers is the front of the van. And he's driving, he parks. The water's also coming in because they're under a tunnel or a bridge. So water's rushing in against the truck, against the back of the truck. People who've been in water and, felt the current, it's hard to pull against all that force of water. To open van doors, no doubt. And the water came up to halfway up to the van. So it's putting a little pressure on the door. After Jack Reacher beats up the bad guy, he climbs in the van as fast as he can. He rushes over through the water. Bad guy still laying down in the water. I thought he got dragged off by the current or drowned. Because, Jack Ryan, all he does is drown people the whole movie. So, he gets in the van, pull off. Now his agency that he works for, they're sending in the troopers. Right? People are rappelling down. Even though they didn't set up any rappel lines, they're rappelling down under the tunnel. Well, okay, whatever. Y'all got batarangs or Batman John, he shoot up. Sure. Trucks are coming in through now it's only one way in and out this tunnel. But all of a sudden it was like 8 or 9 because all the FBI Jeeps and CIA vehicles and they came in different ways. And Jack Ryan went out a way that wasn't a way that they came in. And he ended up on the street. What? Where's your barricade? This is an intelligence agency. Pretty sure they function better in Philadelphia cops. So, he's driving. He comes to the roadblock, goes down another street, says F it. And he looks through his rearview mirror. Now, this is how that's stupid. Anybody that has a van, y'all know there's no rearview mirrors on a window. You know why? Because you can't see through a fucking van wall and through those doors to see out back. You have side mirrors. Whoever directed it didn't do their homework. It's not a U-Haul van for those who saying, hey, it may be a U-Haul van and they got glass out the back window. No. This is like a utility van. You can see it in the back, but when the door's shut, the doors didn't have any windows because you don't want the public looking at the van and saying, hey, that's a bomb. If you're a smart terrorist. Okay, so he looks through the rear view thing and sees the bad guy. Lo and behold, he must have. Who saw the old Kung Fu theater? The guys could jump and flip real high in the air. He had to do that and then flip into the van because the doors weren't open at first, and then Jack Ryan flies up the ramp and the doors open. And what my friend pointed out, you can see the bad guy kind of like trying to make his body up against the wall in a bomb, so you couldn't see him. Well, it's a shadow, but you could see a person's leg like lift up. It's just bad. You should have just cut the camera angle short, so we know that he's not in there, even though you want it to be suspenseful. Jack Ryan looked through the back already once, and he didn't see the guy. Same time he did it, he saw the guy. Guy's trying to rearm the bomb. Jack Ryan, spy extraordinaire, 3 weeks on the job, finds out a way to tie down the steering wheel to make the van go completely straight. The seatbelt strapped to the steering wheel, make the van go straight. Then he climbs in the back and they had this fight scene, of course. You know, it's an action movie, so you don't have a last fight scene. You're not an action movie anymore. Even a room had a fight scene at the end, so don't make me look down on you. So he fights the guy. He stops the guy from arming a bomb at the last second. And Jack Ryan looks for it. And conveniently, he's driving straight towards the pier. Now I want to know what city this is, because I want to actually diagram and map out, see if that street's real. Because they were going straight for at least like 5 minutes. 5 minutes driving, going fast. Nobody's hitting the acceleration pedal either, because they're fighting. He didn't rig a broom or a mop stick. You know how they just conveniently had that inside the movie truck. So he didn't have anything like that, and the truck's still going the same speed. I mean, the idler must have been broke, and it's just pumping out gas into the engine. Full force. So they're going. Jack Ryan fights the guy and then gets behind, like, to the doors. Then he's coming from the front of the van, and he gets around the guy. And then they're fighting, and he's kicking Jack Ryan. And Jack Ryan's trying to get in the van. And like I said, he noticed that he was getting close to a pier, and it was going to drive off. So you know what he does? He stops trying to fight the guy, and then he lets go. And, you know, he rolls out the car, rolls on the ground. The van drops off the pier. And this drop had to at least been 100 feet. This guy free falling in his van. Now, he's in the back of the van, so when the van hits the water with that kind of force, you know what happens to his body. It has to catch up because he's, well, I'm not getting the science. He hit that bomb pretty hard. Come to a full stop. So let's say he hit it and flipped back because, you know, they had a space to crawl around. So he fell and, you know, face first into the windshield of the front of the van. Probably snapped his neck, so he's paralyzed from the waist down. Water's rushing in. He's beginning to drown. Now, remember I told y'all that Jack Ryan stopped the guy from arming the bomb, right? You know it blew up. I'm not lying. The bomb blew up. That guy was in a movie for a whole 2 minutes. The guy that was driving the van with the bomb in it. Well, Jack Ryan was only 3 weeks in training. This guy was in the movie for a whole 2 minutes. And he got the worst death in the whole movie. Ain't nobody died worse than him. Kevin Costner sniped these two guards. It was a fat guard barely getting on the steps. At least he got picked off by like a good agent. Kevin Costner to be the boss of that agency. He had to be a good agent back in his day. I mean, that's not saying much. It is Kevin Costner, but this guy, he got mangled. Not only did he possibly break his back, a bone. He broke a bone at least hitting that water. But let's say he broke his back and then like went face first into the windshield. Water's just rushing in because all the doors are open. You know, he left the van like that. All the doors open, water's rushing in. Then, boom. I don't even think you would look for a body after that, because it was a pretty big explosion. Like the water gushed up past the bridge. I guess it was the bridge over the Hudson or whatever. I don't know. I don't even know if they were in that city. They could have been in Chicago for all I know. Could have been in Detroit, but it was too clean. Man, don't watch Jack Ryan. Don't pay for Jack Ryan. Get the bootleg. You gonna kick ass. Yeah, I lied. They got movies. I think that's where this came from. Just watch it. Don't pay for it. And for those that paid for it, I apologize on behalf of the movie community and the guild of directors and whatever. I apologize that you actually had to pay for that movie. I apologize for Sharknado too. That shouldn't have came out in the theaters. And they're making a part 2. Yeah, they're making a part 2 for Sharknado. Recommended movies.
You're doing too much.
If y'all want to watch good movies, don't watch anything that I recommend. All the movies I'm going to recommend are going to be bad movies, but they're going to be funny. Shut up, Ken.
Don't watch anything I recommend. Or you better recommend.
Just let me continue.
Nah.
The Room.
How long you been going on for?
Hold on. 25 minutes.
Stop.
Hold on. I'm almost done.
Leave room for part 2.
Hold on. I'm gonna have more to talk about.
You have to leave room for
Hold
part
on. The Room.
Too much.
The Room.
No.
The Room is a terrible movie, but it's funny. It's made by this guy Tommy Wiseau. He has more movies. Watch those too. Yeah, look him up on IMDb. Look it up, Claude. Tommy Wiseau got some stuff in his arsenal. Till next time.